Today's episode is about Let My Prayer Rise Up. Let's delve behind the dots. As with every piece of choral music that I write, I take my initial inspiration from the text. This particular text is from Psalm 141. Let my prayer rise up into thy presence like incense. I love that image. I can just picture sitting cross-legged, incense stick lit, wafting up as I sit with my eyes closed in a sort of meditation. So for me, when I began to set this piece, I thought of the music of Taizé. If you're not familiar with Taizé, it's a region in the east of France, and they have a wonderful Christian community there where they sing music which comprises very short phrases which are repeated and repeated and repeated. I'm guessing it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I love it. It has a sort of meditative quality about it. And when you're singing these repeated phrases, you get deeper and deeper into the sense of the words. And also you connect with the other people who are singing on a very deep and spiritual level. So these words suggested that kind of music to me. And when I was coming up with the initial melody, I wanted something which also reflected the yearning, the longing in the words. Let my prayer rise up into thy presence like incense. So my first thought was, I need to create the right tonality, and I was looking for the right key. For me, keys are very representative of mood and also of colour. And when I was reading this particular text, it was a sort of deep, rich, purple velvet that came to mind. For me, that key is F sharp minor. But how to invoke that sense of longing? Well, for me, the added ninth of a chord creates that sense of push and pull. And then I wanted to write a melody which sits comfortably in the vocal range, not too low, not too high, something around the middle of the range. That's really important, I think, when you're writing a piece which has a meditative quality, because you want it to sound restful and peaceful. The word prayer is the crux of that sentence, and so that's the word that I gave the added ninth. Then the second phrase of this piece is, let the lifting up of my hands be as an evening sacrifice. This was the piece that gave me my idea for the front cover of my choral album Heaven to Earth, of which this is the first track. So at this point I needed a way of showing the lifting up of the hands, so I decided to modulate from F sharp minor into A minor, which is lovely. When you go up a minor third, it always has a wonderful effect. I sing a lot of film soundtracks, and that's a classic film score maneuver there. So instead I had this new brighter key of A minor, still not a very bright shiny orange of A major, but a lift from the deep purple into something a bit lighter to show this new lyric of let the lifting up of my hand. Let the lifting up of my hands be as an evening sacrifice. And then I combined the two melodies, both this time in the original F sharp minor key. So I modulated back from A minor, back into F sharp minor, and joined the two melodies together. And then to finish the piece, instead of having be as an evening sacrifice, sacrifice, which is what I had earlier, I used augmentation so that the harmonic rhythm as well as the actual note lengths of the melody were doubled. But then I didn't want to end it in the minor, so I used what we call in the trade a tierce de Picardy, another French reference, Picardy in the north of France. Don't know why it was named after Picardy, but it's a lovely tool that you can use as a composer when you've been in the minor to end in the major. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to give the effect that the prayer had risen up to heaven. So I really hope that you'll want to have a go at this piece. It's one of many two-part anthems in this wonderful new collection by the Royal School of Church Music. And happily, if you let it fall open at the Staples, you'll find my piece. It's very clever, this book, because you can either sing the two parts as soprano and alto on one line and tenor and bass on the other, or you can have sopranos and tenors on one line and altos and basses on the other, or you can mix and match, or you can do it with all upper voices and just have sopranos on one line and altos on the other. It's really flexible and a very clever way to enable every choir to be able to sing the anthems in this book. So I hope this short video has inspired you to sing this piece with your choir.